we broke the story, sadly, that Demi Lovato was rushed to the hospital today after suffering an overdose, and law enforcement is telling us it appears to be a heroin overdose.
Some encouraging news tonight about singer Demi Lovato, who's hospitalized in Los Angeles after an apparent drug overdose.
Now to superstar Demi Lovato, recovering this morning after a suspected drug overdose in the hospital, surrounded by family and friends, as celebrities and fans shared their support.
They arrived at her house after getting a 911 call in the Hollywood Hills just before noon today, and they found her unconscious. They administered Narcan, which is an antidote for an overdose, usually when somebody is in really bad shape. So if you recall, they actually did that with Prince when he was on that airplane days before he died. When he had an overdose, they administered Narcan as well.
Good morning, Robin. She is said to be in stable condition in the hospital this morning, awake and with her family, but certainly some tense moments yesterday as reports came in about a suspected drug overdose. Her drug addiction is something that she often talks about, and it's the subject of several of her songs.
She's known for her chart-topping hits. And some of summer's biggest pop anthems. We're cool for the summer. But this morning, Demi Lovato is recovering from a suspected drug overdose in a Los Angeles hospital.
EMS 11, spinal with engine 97, already on scene, unconscious.
Tuesday morning, the Los Angeles Fire Department responded to a medical emergency at the singer's residence. Lovato's representative tells ABC News overnight Demi is awake and with her family, who want to express thanks to everyone for their love, prayers, and support.
According to a source close to her family, at just 25 years old, Lovato has been through a lot. She's been candid about her struggles with mental health and eating disorders and drug and alcohol abuse. Just a few weeks ago, she said she recently had a relapse after 6 years of sobriety.
Insiders and people close to Demi Lovato and the situation say that things had kind of been a mess for a while, that she had separated from some of her team, and that team had actually been responsible for helping her maintain her sobriety throughout.
I'm so sorry, I'm not sober anymore. In the lyrics of her latest single, Sober, Lovato seemingly admits to a relapse in June.
And I'm sorry for the fans I lost. You wash me all again. I want to be a role model, but I'm not.
The same song she forgot the lyrics to at this performance just 2 days prior to her hospitalization.
Sorry that I'm here again. I forgot the words.
The 25-year-old's emotional track comes just 3 months after she wrote this celebratory post on Instagram. Today is a very special day for me. I'm officially celebrating 6 years of sobriety.
The last time I did an interview this long, I was on cocaine.
In just the last couple of minutes, we've learned from a senior law enforcement official telling CNN that she is in stable condition here at Cedars-Sinai Hospital, that she is breathing and conscious, so all very, very encouraging information. It was about noon when police and fire from Los Angeles rushed to her Hollywood Hills home. A source close to the family saying it was an apparent overdose. We don't know exactly what the drug is, but certainly people will be breathing a little easier knowing that she is in stable condition, breathing and conscious at this hour.
And in 2017, Lovato openly discussed her personal story in the documentary Simply Complicated, talking about the first time she relapsed in 2011.
I wasn't ready to get sober. Nobody knew. I went on like a bender of like 2 months where I was using daily.
Earlier this year, with her mother by her side, the pop star spoke to Michael about using her sobriety to help others.
One of the reasons why I've stayed sober is because I want people to know that it is possible for you to get help and to recover. It's something that's very important that people know that you're able to ask for help these days, and people will help you.
Overnight, an outpouring of support from fellow entertainers and friends. Ariana Grande writing, "I love you," and Joe Jonas tweeting, "She needs our prayers and support. We all know how strong you are, Demi."
I got to say that, you know, the people we have talked to are telling wildly different stories about the days leading up to today. We have talked to people, all of whom are very close to Demi, and one person said that they were at a party with her over the weekend, and she seemed great. There was no evidence of drugs or anything like that, and she was in a great mood, lucid. And another person said, as recently as yesterday, she seemed like she was in the way they put it, was a downhill spiral. So two different stories. Last night, she was at a restaurant on Sunset Boulevard, very famous restaurant called the Saddle Ranch, with a bunch of friends celebrating one of her backup dancers' birthday parties. Again, in great spirits. We know people who are on her private Instagram account saying that 8 hours before she OD'd, she was posting pictures and seemed, very happy. So,
the representative also says that some of the information being reported is incorrect and that the family is asking for privacy and not speculation. They say her health and recovery is most important right now.